Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on the countdown to the A500 Mini release. It's 1 week to go today as of recording this video. This is 5 stinkers, absolute shocking games that you should let nowhere near your A500 Mini. Let this serve as a warning to you. Some of these games are terrible. And I just wanted to do that just as a bit of fun on the countdown week to the Mini. Obviously, there might be some fans of these games out there, so I'm not having a go at anybody that likes them. Fair play to you if you do. But this is 5 shocking games that should be nowhere near your Mini, in my opinion. Okay, first up we have Akira. Based on manga cartoons, I believe, or a manga cartoon. It's your typical standard kind of platformish fare, I believe. Well, I know it is. I've played it. It's rubbish. And let's take a look at the Amiga format review of this game. Wow, where to start? 18% overall. An eagerly awaited pile of unmitigated, dated, shabby tosh. Go home. 3 out of 10 for graphics, 4 out of 10 for sound, 1 out of 10 for addiction, 3 out of 10 for playability. I like the comment on the playability. You can, but you won't. I mean, that doesn't say it all. And the last line of the review is quality, and it made me laugh. It said, Akira is £30. We've already bought it. One can only sympathise. And then suggest you should have learnt by now how to not to dash out and buy games without reading Amiga format reviews first. The shock of loading this up could kill the faint-hearted. Yeah, a ringing endorsement there for Akira. The game was reviewed by Steve Bradley for Amiga format, and when I did the reviews video for the games on the A500 Mini, reviewed a lot of those. And you see, he doesn't hold back, and he certainly doesn't hold back on this one. So put it on there at your peril, but you will not be putting a very good game on there in most people's opinion. Like I said, if you like it, if you like any of these games, I'm not having a go at you personally, but avoid. Next up we have Battletoads. Now, people may have played this on other systems and thought this wasn't a bad game. It was a pretty good game, but the Amiga game is not quite in the same category as it is on other systems. Here we go. We'll read the bottom line here. There is absolutely no fun to be had playing Battletoads on the Amiga. It's chronically badly programmed. The only reason you'd ever carry on playing past your first game is to see what all the levels look like. Quite frankly, this never ever should have been released, and it scored 9%. This is in Amiga Power, so it's a different magazine, but yeah, I think it definitely illustrates the point. We have on the uppers, it says, at long last, finally, eventually, boy, we previewed this so long ago, I don't think my voice had even broken then. You can play Battletoads on your Amiga. And the downer says, don't, however, expect your computer to ever speak to you again if you try. Oh, that was funny. So there you go. And the last line of the review, Battletoads is cack, right? And if it gets 10%, it ought to count itself extremely lucky. And he gave it 9%, so I guess it's not lucky either. Yes, a shockingly bad game and best to avoid. Okay, next we have Cliffhanger, which is your typical kind of, again, movie-based, platform-based, rubbish-based, because it's not very good again, which is why it's on this list. Again, reviewed by Stephen Bradley. It's not a full-page review, this one, so he doesn't go into great detail about the score he gives, which is only 18%. But it says here, let's read some choice bits from the review. The sad thing is, to keep warm, you have to burn bags of cash you pick up en route. Well, at least it stops the blackguards from getting the loot. Cliffhanger is an abominable game, though. It looks very poor, the control system is tricky, and the chances you'll finish it within a couple of days, so you won't have to play it again, will you? Hurrah. Oh dear. I love the movie, so it's such a shame the game actually sucks, but it's not very good at all. Some people might find something in it, especially if you are a fan of the movie, but I mean, it's not like it follows the plot, like, you know, intricately or anything. And as we all know, movie tie-in games of the time were notoriously bad, and believe me, this one is no exception. Okay, next up we have a notoriously bad beat-em-up game called Dangerous Streets. Now, a lot of people have cited this as the prime example of how not to do a beat-em-up. This is the CD32 version, so you'd think, well, there may be some redemption here. We've got no score on this page of the review, as you can see, or on the first page of the review, sorry, as you can see, but on the second page, if you see on the bottom corner, 3% is all this game scores. Oh my god. The worst game you're ever likely to see on the CD32, if you've never played International Rugby Challenge, probably the worst game you're ever likely to see in your life. So I'm guessing they are not a fan of International Rugby Challenge either, but I don't even know what that is, so there you go. Don't let anyone who owns any other kind of games machine see it. We'll never live it down. Definitely worse than Doofus, which scored 4% apparently. The bottom line, A1200 owners with more than £10 notes than with more £10 notes than brain cells can waste them both on a floppy version, which is much the same. A500, look, you don't want to know. So, wow, this game makes my flesh crawl, is another headline from this review. How crap is the programming on this game? Crapper than I'm allowed to say, that's for sure. Oh my goodness me. There is no redeeming features for this one. Take a moment to wipe the tears of mirth, disbelief, embarrassment from your eyes in case you impair your vision in later years. Decide now that it would be a good time to stop playing before you do yourself an injury of some sort or have an accident in your trousers. Go round to Flair's office, laugh hysterically until they call the police. My goodness. Yes. So that will tell you all you need to know about Dangerous Streets, and yeah, please, for the love of God. In fact, maybe it's worth putting on the A500 Mini just so you can get an idea of actually how awful this game is. And finally, on the bottom of the barrel that we are currently scraping, that is this video, we have Dick Tracy, which in this magazine, which is, I believe, Zap. Yes, it's Zap, because I couldn't find many reviews of this one online. But it scored 16%. So, you know, compared to some of the games on this list, it scored a little bit more. And for presentation, it has 48% and graphics 34%, which, you know, that's probably a little bit more than most of these games are going to score. But you can see some of the faces of the reviewers on this page. Yes, someone burying their head in their hands. There's a bloke vomiting. Someone sticking a gun to their head. So yeah, I've never seen the movie actually. It never really appealed to me. I thought anything that had Madonna in it, quite frankly, was always going to be rubbish. Some people do like it, but yeah, not for me. But this game, not so good. So let's see some of the things they had to say about the Amiga version. So the presentation, lots of fancy presentation screens, but multi-loading can get irritating when you die. Okay, reasonable sprites and background, poor animation and flick screen scrolling. Dire FX, poor tune, dull and boring and repetitive, because they reviewed the two versions together here, so there's some comments that apply to both really, but obviously we're only interested in the Amiga version, which scored 16%, which again, it is quite, you know, it's a bit higher than some of the games on this list. The guy Phil says, look, I know this is meant to be a period piece, but did that have to extend to the prehistoric programming? It's not just bad, it's astonishingly bad. Both versions suffer from feature-length multi-loads, pathetic gameplay, keep running along, shooting at any baddies in your way. The Amiga game is ridiculously easy, even the end-of-level gangsters are total wimps. Just shoot at them for a couple of seconds and they surrender. It also features an ear-wrenchingly soundtrack on primitive animation. Okay, so there you go, a ringing endorsement for that game. Tracy is an even worse game than film, with incredibly simplistic gameplay consisting of simply walking right and shooting the baddies. Well, that sounds fun, doesn't it? So there you have it. There are 5 games that really, to save space on this lovely, and to save this lovely console from embarrassment, you should avoid putting these games on your console. Like I said, if you are a fan of these games, this is just my opinion, but tell me what you think in the comments below. Have you played any of these? What were your feelings? Did you shell out like 30 quid for some of these games in a day? I actually didn't own any of these, thankfully, but I have played them since, and yeah, not good. But I'm just happy that I didn't actually pay for them, you know, when they were costing money, or a lot of money, shall we say. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, I could have put a lot of games on here. There were a lot that were under consideration, so I may even do another 5 games, because I could probably do about 50 quite easily, but I'm sure you'll let me know some of the games down below. I was thinking of a few football games as well, which I've owned, like Gaza Super Soccer, which was absolutely awful. Kickoff 96. So they might make another video at some point, but for now, this is my 5. These are the 5 primo rubbish games to avoid putting on your system. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please don't forget to drop it a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. That would be fantastic. And if you want to contact me, leave a comment below. Tell me what games you think suck, and you know, watch my other videos, and there's also like links on there to comment on, you know, what games you might like to see in a top 25 games to add to the WHDLoad. So put your voices in there, and maybe I'm going to do another top 25 at some point. Okay, thanks guys, take care, see you on the next video. Bye for now.